We always start off with showing you Port Ontario, New York. This is the little town the fish have to swim through before they get to the more famous town of Pulaski, New York. Are the fish here yet? If you go to the end of this bridge and look right, there's a fish cleaning station, and the fishermen are lined up to get their fish cleaned. We're definitely into October, into the salmon fishing season. I told my wife I wouldn't take her to go apple picking unless she let me look at the salmon a little bit. I think somebody needs to explain to my wife you have to pick the apple and pay for the apple before you eat the apple. So let's loop around to Oswego, New York. Just about every fisherman along the sidewalk had a salmon. The salmon are definitely in Oswego River. We took video of Oswego a couple weeks ago and people were catching salmon, but not like now. This is about as close as I can show you the dam in Oswego without getting my feet wet. So the salmon are stacked up against the dam, but you could latch onto a salmon anywhere up and down the river in Oswego. So if I could give a tip to you, I would say get on the western side of the river, head south on West 1st Street. When you get past the post office, there's a nice parking lot, and that'll put you right in the heart of the action. So this is my home turf, Pulaski, New York. But to be honest, I would give you better odds at catching a salmon in Oswego today. That's not to say the fish aren't here. There's plenty of happy fishermen in Pulaski. I've done videos on Pulaski before. Let's do a quick recap. Coming in from Lake Ontario, they hit the little town of Port Ontario. They're heading east. They get to Douglas Barkley's private salmon fishing ground. I think you have to pay between $50 and $100 to fish there. If you go to his website, at some point during the season, they have free fishing days. If downtown Pulaski is too busy for you, you can follow Route 13 east, and there's spots, there's public fishing areas all the way between Pulaski and ALTHAR. Normally, I would tell you to stop at the ALTHAR Fish Hatchery. That's amazing, but I think it's still closed for remodeling. But if you're with your wife and she's sick of you drinking beer and fishing, you can always take her to the Salmon River Falls.